Hi, everyone. Thank you for joining me. My name is Monica Marzak, a certified Body Talk practitioner, and thank you for joining me today for today's World session. Let's see where this session will take us. But before we go ahead and dive right in, I want to do a little bit of house cleaning, a little bit of housework, and let you know of some upcoming things. Actually, tomorrow I'm doing a free introductory soul responsibility talk at 1 p.m. So if you want to go ahead and join that, it's completely free, but you still do need to register to get your to get the Zoom link. And I'll be exploring soul responsibility and leading one person through a soul responsibility process. And on next weekend, the 25th, I'm doing a soul responsibility course. So if you want to get your toes wet and see what this is all about and do something really supportive for yourself, then get on the call tomorrow to hear what this is about and then join the class. So that's the housekeeping. So we'll get right into the session now. Make sure that when you listen to these sessions, that you're nice and comfortable, that you're not preoccupied either doing the dishes or driving or working, that you're really nice and cozy without any distractions, that this is a sacred space just for you. This is a time that you take for yourself completely. So I'm going to give you a moment to settle in and we'll hop right into the session. This place I'm going straight into is the vertical. So that space of awareness, it comes, that centeredness, that vertical mind, the vertical mind compared to the horizontal mind. So vertical thinking is present. It's here and now. It's the experience that's happening to you right now. It's your experience in the now. It's your feelings right now. It's your emotions right now, without any going into the horizontal mind of taking the past and projecting it onto the future, or going into the past and projecting it onto your present. It's vertical. So we're going to anchor this whole session into the vertical mind, anchoring this whole session into awareness. And as soon as I do that, I can feel the nervous system shaking and responding differently. We have within the myelin sheath on the nervous system, it becomes hard, it becomes caked or calcified. And with belief systems about yourself, belief systems about others, you can even have beliefs about relationships, about money, about work, about family, even about the weather. It should be like this. My recipe to success is this. And those ideas and recipes become so encrusted on the nervous system, on the myelin sheath, those belief systems, that's where they're held, that it's impossible to experience what is actually happening now. So I'm going to say that again. All those encrusted beliefs, those convictions and assumptions and belief systems actually make it impossible to actually experience what is happening now. We're going into the myelin sheath, and we're going to be breaking down small particles of what I think is absolutely true. All of my thoughts are absolutely true. All of my thoughts about myself are absolutely true. All about my thoughts about others, my partner, my children, my day are absolutely true. And you can feel how that would just, it's so constricting. And it feels like it's compressing in the nervous system. It's really hardening the nervous system and compressing the spine. We want to shake those belief systems off of the nervous system, off of the myelin sheath, so you can actually experience what is happening now, not experiencing your thoughts, not feeling your thoughts, actually feeling your feelings, feeling your emotions. They're so supportive. They're healing. And that anchors right into the gut. So I'm going to run a few things through this myelin sheath. We're doing active memories to actually love, active memories of self-love, to be loved, and to love. Woof, and that's making me really dizzy. So what you think about self-love and all your recipes on, well, this is how I love myself. And this is how I love myself. And giving all of your proof and convictions to, I actually love myself. That's really strong. We're running another active memory thread through the myelin sheath, to be loved. So this is the act of receiving love. And there's trauma in here. If I'm loved, someone said they loved me and they hurt me. Someone said they loved me and they hit me. Someone said they loved me and they abused me or manipulated me, or they betrayed me. So we're unleashing, that's a new word that came up, untwisting from the myelin sheath, an active memory charge of, it's dangerous to be loved. Being loved is dangerous. It's not safe to be loved. I'm going to shake that through the whole nervous system, through the myelin sheath. And then going into running another active memory thread through the myelin sheath, through the nervous system, of to love. So, I know how I need to love you. Or this is the way that I am in a relationship. Or this is what it means to be loving. And all of those convictions and all of those beliefs of how you think you should be loving actually prevent you from actually being with yourself and with the other in relationship. So in relation to, so it takes away the relatedness between people and even with yourself. Take a nice deep breath. I'm going to link that into the diaphragm and small intestines to help that synthesize and release. That feels a little bit tight in there. It doesn't want to let go. All those convictions are holding on so tightly. Well, if I let go of this, I'm going to lose control. How will I know how to behave or how to act? These things keep me safe. Ugh. And there's all these convictions. So we need to, through the fascial system of the diaphragm, which is actually blocking that synthesis of the active memories to be shaken down out of that nervous system. How does this diaphragm want to be tended to? We've got to really do a traumatic release from the diaphragm. There's trauma being trapped in here. So childhood trauma, traumahood from parents, even how you traumatize yourself, trauma in relationships. We've got some PTSD. So we're going to link this into an amygdala balance. That's so, the amygdala is overfiring with the diaphragm. It's compressing in the diaphragm. So it's not doing a full diaphragmatic breath. It's really tight. It's really congested. And those emotions are being blocked up in here. And those also pathological emotions. So the reactionary emotions are being blocked in the diaphragm, and they're stuck within the fascial system and within the cartilage, and it's unable to open up like a balloon or a parachute, where it's supposed to open up and massage your organs so that oxygen is moving nicely down. And then relating to the organs is related to the liver, where the diaphragm massages the liver and gets the liver moving really nicely. We got to release that trauma from that diaphragm. And the way we're going to do it is bringing me up into the amygdala complex, sit on both sides of the limbic brain. And the amygdalas are switched on to high fear. High fear. So whether you're a person that goes into flight, fight, freeze, And there's also the fawn. Oh, so there's different ways of coping with your fear. So natural, healthy fear actually helps to keep you safe from danger. Right? You're not going to place your hand inside an alligator's mouth. You're not going to place your hand on a hot burning coals, and if there's a bus moving towards you, you're going to jump out of the way. It keeps you safe from danger. But when it's overreactive, when it's heightened and it sees danger everywhere, so you can cope with by freezing, not acting. It could also do over niceness is coming in. Well, if I'm just nice all the time, I'll stay safe. If I overdo it, if or if I just get the fork out of here, then I'm gonna avoid danger. So there's all of these complexities happening within the amygdalas. So we're gonna do a cellular repair to the amygdala complex, dumping trauma. So from childhood trauma from the amygdalas. Now, it could be something as severe as being abused to having a really controlling parent where there are those helicopter parents. Oh, that was really big, where they're overly concerned and making everything dangerous. Whoa. All right, so just take a nice deep breath. We're bringing back the cells to optimal health within the limbic brain, which is the emotional processing center, but more specifically within that amygdala complex. And we're dumping fear, pathological fear to traumatic experiences, linking that back into the diaphragm. And now I can go ahead and do a nice hydration to the diaphragm. And hydration moves to clear. That water cleanses. It's cleaning out the diaphragm and all the nooks and crannies, the fascial tissue. And there's an overprotectiveness of the Wei Qi within the diaphragm and in the fascial system, that everything needs to be protected against. Everything is dangerous. And so the Wei Qi's hyperactive, hyperreactive, where it's taking everything as an invader. So we need to segregate that, right? Natural boundaries, natural protection. So when something is actually dangerous, the Wei Qi goes into protect mode. But this is hypervigilance. So even having a pleasant conversation triggers that amygdala complex, like, what does that person want from me? Or I need to be extra sweet so they don't get mad at me, or this needs to stay the same. You can think for yourself how you react when you're relating to someone else. So it could be family members, your partner, this could be even work or coworkers, or even with yourself. We're going to run a hydration through there, washing away those impurities, that excess thinking. There it goes. And bringing back some joy. And that Wei Qi we need to do a repair on that, bringing it back within its natural consciousness of protection, but not that hypervigilance. And then I can go ahead and do that link for diaphragm, small intestines, for the repair done to the myelin sheath. All right, take a nice deep breath. I'm going to tap this in. And we're going to do a really beautiful, supportive 3 brains balancing the head brain to the heart brain to the head brain. Take a nice deep breath. That feels nice and strong. We want all 3 brains working together as one. We call them 3 separate brains, but really it's just one big brain, this whole body mind. Take a nice deep breath. Seeing if we have anywhere else to go. So this whole session actually wants to be linked under. We're going and linking it under the umbrella of the 12th house. So the 12th house is this gorgeous house of endings and new beginnings. So bringing in the endings of whatever is ready to be leased completely, or even if it's just 1% or 5%, but releasing and ending, releasing whatever is ready to be let go for your full benefit. And then the new beginnings, having a new way of experiencing yourself or being with yourself or being with someone else without that hypervigilance, without those coping mechanisms that were in the amygdala complexes. Oh, that's really nice. All right, that's all for today. Thank you so much for joining me, and I will see you all next week. If you have any questions, comments, I would love to hear from you. Please share this out. This is for everyone. Let's get some healing to as far and wide as we can reach. All right, everyone, take care.